in 7 and 8 we did home ec and shop, and so we had to go by bus to Virgil, the schools that they've just closed, and that really old part, that original part, that was where the home ec and the shops were. So, that was always kind of good fun, to go on the bus and whatever, and you spend a lot of time, just with the friends. And I was, when I took the bus to high school, I was one of the first pickups, so we got the back seat, you see. Back seat, that was really important to have the back seat, and then the guys would sit in the back seat and all that kind of stuff, High school, pretty good memories, not really strong memories. I mean, there are some teachers that I remember, I guess, and, there are little bits that one remembers. But, I don't know. Did 5 years, did grade 13 and whatever. Met my husband in high school. We started dating when he was, when I was in grade 12. So, yeah, been together ever since. Yeah, I was a reasonable student, not fabulous, but I think expectations and things were different in those days too. We didn't have the semester thing. Like we were doing 9 courses every year, stuff like that. So it was the load was fairly heavy, I think. Did all the dances. The dances would be in the gym, and the proms and stuff like that, and whatever. When Terry and I were in grade 13, and it was going to be the last prom, right? I don't know what he was doing, but he blew his knee, so he was on crutches, so we couldn't go. So I remember he took me out for dinner somewhere in St. Catharines for dinner. In those days, there were cadets, and that was a real male thing. And so the girls, like on the days that they had, you weren't allowed to go home. You had to wait till the end of the school day, but like there'd be one day a week where, like an hour of the day was used for this cadet training and all this marching and all that kind of stuff and whatever, but just the boys did it. So the girls would all we'd be in study or something like that. We used to just sit and watch out the window, actually, watch the guys, right? You're a teenager, and that's where your interest lay, right? Of course. So, I think it was more laid back. There wasn't maybe the same pressure on kids, and I don't know whether it's because it was more a rural community here, even though we had, Niagara-on-the-Lake and whatever that kids were coming from. I guess I just sort of see high school kids now with, there's all that push for sports and all that, there's just more that I think they have to deal with. I think ours was just simpler, and sure, you had your favorite teachers and teachers you didn't care for and subjects you preferred over, but I don't think that's any different now, than it would have been. Those were the days where you took Latin and, you took 2 courses in Latin. That counted for 2 maths, by the way. To get into university, if you had taken the 2 Latin things through grade 13, that was the equivalent of 2 maths. And they don't even do Latin anymore.